Well, if you've been knocking around the garden scene as long as yours truly here, you'll probably remember the days when we were growing Carex Evergold and we thought that was the most wonderful little evergreen grass, and we widely planted it in great big swaths of ground cover and particularly used it for putting into container combinations. Well, that all changed about 30 years ago when Pat Fitzgerald started working on developing some variants of that Carex Evergold. He started out working with ones that had different characteristics but still had the reliability and evergreen foliage, and most important for us here in this region, foliage that deer normally don't browse on. And now, 30 years on, he has developed some fabulous varieties, as you see, that can be widely used all through different areas in the garden. Now, I've got 3 varieties here that I wanted to show you that I think are well worth you considering putting in your garden. This is Carex Evercolor Everillo, and this is an all yellow form, as you see. Starts out in the center of the clump with this kind of lime green chartreuse color, and then as the leaves arch and curve over to make a mound of about 12 to 15 inches or so by the same in width, you will see that they start to cascade down over the edge and then take on a much deeper, brighter golden color. Then if you're looking for something to put in as ground cover, something that's going to be hardy, reliable and vigorous and put out a good show of bright evergreen foliage with just the hint of a lime margin down the extremities of each of the leaves, then you're probably going to want to take a look at this one, which is called Evercolor Everlime. When you get in close to the leaves, you'll see that they have that faint lime edge, and this is a very good plant for spreading out and making ground cover in partially shaded or shady sites. And then if you like growing Evergold, and there's nothing wrong with it, but you want something that's a bit brighter, a bit stronger growing, and will make nice big cascading mounds similar to Evergold but with more vigor, then you'll probably want to take a look at this one that's called Evercolor Everoro. And this particular one is really vigorous and strong growing and an improved version of Evergold. So there you have 3 varieties that are evergreen, that will grow in sun, partially shaded or shaded sites, and as I said earlier, very importantly, are not normally bothered by deer. Personally, I like to use them in containers. I find they're very valuable for putting into container combinations. Wonderful for spilling out over the edges of containers and giving you that lovely evergreen effect without having to be worried about cold, blustery conditions either in spring or in the fall. This is the Evercolor series of Carex from Pat Fitzgerald in Ireland, and all of them, as you see, really beautiful evergreen grasses that you can grow easily around your home.